When the doctor told me in a gentle manner, when I can never be a mother again in this lifetime, I didn't cry or make a scene. All I could think about over and over again was one single thought. If he comes to me now, I'll still go with him. Isn't that ridiculous? That this is just me. One that he ruined. A fool who can't even feel hatred. My name is Xiao Qi. Since childhood, I followed the path that my parents had planned for me. Study hard, get into a good university, find a stable job, then marry someone with similar qualifications. I also thought this path was quite clear before. There's nothing wrong with it. Until I met someone, a man who almost ruined most of my life. At the beginning of freshman year of high school, I arrived very early. The classroom was empty. I just picked a seat in the first row, sit down near the aisle. It wasn't long before people kept coming in one after another. I didn't really look up. Then he came in.
His name is Aksu.
I wrote it down on scratch paper later. Countless times. A name that never loses its appeal, no matter how many times it's written. He was carrying a black backpack at that time, wearing a dark gray t-shirt. The hair is a bit long, blocking half of the forehead. The whole person looks slack and relaxed. It's like I haven't woken up yet. He glanced around the classroom. Just come over to my side. The window side seat across from the aisle. Flung the backpack on the table. The sitting down was quite dramatic, creating a gust of wind. I didn't look at him at that time, but I know he's looking at me. That feeling was really strange. Obviously, she didn't turn her head at all. Out of the corner of my eye, I could sense someone else's gaze nearby. I finally couldn't help but turn my head to look at him. It happened to meet his eyes exactly.
He smiled, with the corners of his mouth lifting slightly.
Extremely natural. It was as though they already knew I would definitely watch it. My face turned red all of a sudden. Quickly turn your head back. Staring at the desktop, pretending to be researching that broken piece of wood. What's there to see? The heart rate is abnormally fast. I even feel that. Even he can hear it. That afternoon, the teacher took our entire grade on a tour of the school. Walking from the teaching building to the laboratory building, walked to the playground again. Everyone walked around in small groups. I mixed in with the crowd. I don't know when he started walking beside me. He didn't say anything special. Just asked me which junior high school I attended. Where do you live nearby? What have you been doing during the summer vacation? Sporadic, intermittent. The voice is very low, with a bit of a lazy attitude. I've forgotten everything he said that day. I only remember when he spoke. Likes to look at me with her head tilted to the side. Sunlight shone on his face. Eyelashes cast a shadow under the eyes. He really looks good when he smiles. It's not that kind of standard beauty. It's kind of unrefined and beautifully wild in a way.
He gives off this kind of bad boy charm.
Not like those well-behaved people I've met before. Boys who don't even dare to speak up are different. I'm indeed interested in him. But I really hadn't thought about what to do at that time. Before school ends, he slipped a note onto my desk when no one was looking. The folds are all neat and square. Tell me to watch it at home. My heart started beating faster again at that moment, but still pretended to be very calm. Pushed the note into the pocket of his school uniform. I held that note in my hand the entire way home from school. My palms were sweating all over from gripping tightly. I deliberately walked very slowly. Taking a detour, only after no one else was around did I open the note. It says, "Can we be friends?" The best kind of it all. The handwriting is very casual. The strokes are spaced quite far apart. Just as carefree and unrestrained as he is. I stared at those lines for a long time. My heart beats so fast it seems like it might burst out of my throat. But at the same time, There's also an indescribable annoyance I feel. I know what the best kind of thing means. I'm not an idiot. But at that time, I really had no intention of being in a relationship. My parents are very strict with me. From a young age, I was always the perfect child that everyone else's family wanted to have. Early romance and such things. In their eyes, it's simply outright treason. So I took that note home with me, hidden at the very bottom of the cabinet, buried among a pile of old textbooks. I didn't throw it, but I also didn't respond to him. He didn't come to ask me either. Thinking about it later on, he probably didn't take it seriously at all. Just handing over a note. For him, it's probably just like passing an eraser around in class. Just start dating if you feel like it. If there's no response, forget it. It doesn't affect anything. In a few days, I heard from people in my class that he's in a relationship. She's a girl from the next class who dances. I was sitting in my seat at that time. The pen in my hand paused for a moment, then continued writing the questions. There's no expression on the face at all. But there's a place in my heart. I can't really describe what it feels like. It's just so stuffy. It felt like someone had given it a gentle tap. Since then, his girlfriend never stopped being with him. From different classes, different age groups, from different schools. Because he's good looking. There's money at home again. Also, I'm very easygoing in terms of personality. There's never a shortage of girls around me. Everyone in my class says he's a scumbag. Call him that even when we're face to face. He wasn't angry either. Just smile and say, "What do you people even know?" Our seats are close together. He still always comes to play with me. During break, she leaned on my desk and argued with me. Pass me notes in class so I can draw little figures. Sometimes when passing by my seat, just casually rub my hair. But he never stopped having girlfriends. Just keep your distance from me. It seems like they actually prefer to come to me instead. Every time I tell him to go find your girlfriend. Stop bothering me. The tone is impatient. But deep down, I'm actually happy. I really hate being like this. But I can't control it. At first, we were just bickering with each other. I don't know when it started, but later on, there's a lot more physical contact now. He likes to suddenly wrap his arms around me while we're walking on the road. Press down on the neck. I cursed it at him while struggling. He laughed really loudly. When I confronted him, he'll pinch my face, tilting her head to look at me. Did I make a mistake? The voice is very low, with a smile. But the look in his eyes was serious, not like he was joking at all. I'm always right every time. But his grip on my face made it impossible to speak clearly. He laughed even happier. I know this isn't right. He has a girlfriend. I also have my own limits. I know these actions are over the line. I shouldn't have allowed him to do this. One shouldn't even secretly enjoy it. But I can't do it. I really can't push him away. I can't even say things like, "Keep your distance." I've thought a lot about having a clear conversation with him. But every time I see his face, I can't say anything at all. Second semester of senior year of high school. For a while, it seemed like he had broken up with someone. Our school has lax management. It's almost possible to enter and leave the school gate freely during evening self-study time. I just follow him every day. And his two brothers also skipped class and went out together. Actually, there's nothing really interesting here. Most of the time, just sitting in the milk tea shop across from school. 4 people sharing one table. He plays games. I'm reading a book over here. His two brothers were fighting on the other side. Occasionally, they came back after finishing their cigarettes, smelling of smoke all over me. I feel an indescribable sense of peace when I smell it. Later, they started going to the residential complex across from the school, smoking in the stairwell on the top floor. That building has over 20 floors. The rooftop door on the top floor is locked, but the stairwell is very quiet. Almost no one goes up there. One night, it's a bit cold today. I went with them. The lighting in the stairwell is dim. He was leaning against the wall. Take a pack of cigarettes out of my pocket. Pull out one and put it in my mouth. The lighter clicked. The fire illuminated half of his face. He looks great smoking. Not the kind of good-looking person who tries to be cool on purpose. It's natural for someone who's good-looking to have a somewhat flirtatious personality. He leaned against the wall, looking up, slowly exhaling a puff of smoke while tilting my head back. The smoke dispersed under the dim light. His eyes narrowed. A faint smile played on the corners of his mouth. I know this isn't very proper, but I'm just drawn to it anyway. I stared at him for a few seconds. Out of nowhere, I said, "Let me take a puff too." He glanced at me. A bit surprising, but didn't say much. Then handed the cigarette over. I took a puff from it, choking to the point of tears streaming down my face, coughing so hard that I bent over in pain. He was laughing beside him. Reach out and help me pat my back. The laughter was very soft. There's also a hint of helplessness in it. Since then, I learned how to smoke from him. I don't smoke much, but every time he lit a cigarette, I'd always go over and take a bite too. Sometimes he frowns and says to smoke less, but they never really stop me. I remember his birthday very clearly. During that time, Nike had just released the barbed-tipped shoes. I know he's wanted those shoes for a long time. Those shoes aren't cheap at all. The money I've saved isn't enough. Secretly used my dad's phone to transfer 1,000 yuan to myself. My family is pretty well off. I was well behaved before. So my dad never guarded me at all. He never would have thought I'd do something like that. That evening's self-study session, we skipped class as usual and went to the milk tea shop. I handed him the box that contained the shoes. Happy birthday. He opened it and took a look. After a moment of hesitation, she looked up at me and smiled. You actually bought it? His two brothers were making noise right beside him. It's really nice of my sister-in-law. He laughed and kicked them. Stop shouting around. Later, they went to the hallway to smoke. I went up with them. Arrived at the stairwell on the top floor. He gave his brother a wink. Those two understood each other without words, while jokingly saying, "Oh no, we won't disturb you anymore." While taking the elevator down, the hallway fell silent in an instant. Only the sound of the wind blew in through the windows in the stairwell. He sat down on the steps, patted the seat next to me. Let me sit. I sat down. His shoulder was almost touching his. He silently finished a cigarette. Never said a word. I have no idea what he's thinking. Don't even dare to ask. After a long time, he turned his head to look at me. Asked what was worn underneath. It was almost summer at that time. I wore a short jacket. Inside is a bandeau top as an underlayer. I didn't say anything. He didn't rush me either. Just keep staring at me like that. A few seconds passed. He reached out and touched the zipper of my coat. Let's pull it apart and take a look. I did as I was told. I don't know why I'm so obedient. Maybe it's the atmosphere. Maybe it's the way he looks at me. Perhaps the wind that night was just too gentle. I pulled down the zipper. His hand was in a place where it shouldn't have been. I didn't hide. Didn't hesitate at all. A few minutes passed. The elevator is ringing. His two brothers did it out of a mischievous spirit. It's back up again. Footsteps came from below the stairs, getting closer and closer. He clicked his tongue impatiently. Let go of my hand, stand up, and go over to meet them. Drive the two of them down. I heard him in the stairwell. I whispered to them, "Don't come up here." I'll tease him a little more, then I'll go back. He said this quite casually. The sound isn't very loud, but the hallway is too empty. Every word reached my ears clearly. I heard it. I heard every single word, but I pretended not to hear. I stood still in one place. There wasn't even the slightest change in the expression on his face. I lied to myself, saying he didn't mean it that way. Or rather, it doesn't matter even if that's what he meant. As long as I can be by his side, can be treated as anything whatsoever, drive them away. After that, he went back to the stairwell. This time, he simply pulled me to the wall, kissed me. Right in that stairwell on the top floor. No protective measures at all. I gave it to him the first time. Although it hurts, I think it's worth it. Since then, we've been to many places. Sometimes it's his family's place. His parents are often not home. There are only the two of us in the whole house. Sometimes it's the kind used in hotels. Not expensive, but clean. He even did it once. He took me to a very remote homestay. We arrived in the middle of the night. The front desk clerk glanced at us. Didn't say anything. Just gave the room key. He's always the one who reaches out to me first. I never reach out to him. It's not that I don't want to. I just don't dare. I always feel that if I were to go look for him, he'll just think I'm annoying. Think I'm clingy. Then they don't want me anymore. So we wait. Wait for him to message me. Wait for him to ask me out. Sometimes he doesn't make any noise for several days. I'll just keep waiting. The moment the phone screen lights up, the heartbeat has just started again. My parents could clearly tell that something was wrong with me during that time. My grades dropped from the top 50 in the grade to well below 700. It's falling too fast. Even I was shocked by it myself. But I can't stop. During class, all I could think about was him. What color clothes does he think he's wearing today? I think about what he said to me last night. When do you think he'll come to see me next time? The smell of smoke on me is so strong that even perfume can't cover it up. My mom smelled it. Did you ask if I smoked? I said no. It got on there because a classmate picked it up. He doesn't believe me, but there's nothing he can do about it. Later, they hit me. They've also cursed it at me. My mom cried and asked what was wrong with me. He said he raised me for 18 years. How did she suddenly become such a different person? I watched him cry. I feel really sad inside. But I can't say anything at all. I can't just tell his mother. I've done this to myself just for a guy. Actually, I've never officially established a relationship with him. He never mentioned it. I don't even dare to mention it. It's not that I don't want a proper relationship. It's because I'm afraid he'll think I'm insatiable. I'm afraid that, as soon as I open my mouth, he would say we weren't even together in the first place. Then he walked away without even looking back. So I won't mention it. I tell myself that I can. Being by his side is enough. No need for any formal title or status. But I know this is just trying to deceive myself. I care more about that title than anyone else. I just don't dare to ask for it. One day later, he suddenly stopped looking for me. No news. No phone. Nothing at all. He's never seen at school either. After about a week, I heard that he's in a relationship. The person is an art student. Those who study acting. She's really pretty. When I saw that girl's photo, the first thought in my mind wasn't sadness. I don't understand. I think I'm much prettier than her. This isn't narcissism on my part. Starting from junior high school, people who chase after me never stop. I know what my appearance is like. But why did he choose someone else instead? Not me. What's even more tragic is to come. I found out that I'm pregnant. I looked at the 2 lines on the pregnancy test stick. My hands keep shaking. I'm sitting on the bathroom floor. The tiles are so cold. That chill seeped from the skin right into the bones. I want to cry, but I can't. There's only one thought in my mind. Should I tell him? I picked up my phone, opened the conversation box with him. I entered 2 characters. I have them. Then I deleted it again. Typed a few more words. Deleted it again. Back and forth several times. Finally, I turned off my phone. Put it back in the pocket. I don't dare to tell him. I'm afraid he'll think I'm causing him trouble. Afraid he'll think I'm too nosy, overly involved. Then they completely ignored me. Later I resolved it on my own. While lying on the operating table, the lighting is too bright. I stared at the ceiling. My mind is completely empty. When I came out of the hospital, I even felt relieved. It seems like I just had one tooth pulled. The doctor told me, I can't take birth control pills so frequently anymore. It's very harmful to the body.
Especially right after the surgery.
I nodded in agreement. But what he really had in mind was something else. Next time you arrange to see me, if I tell him he can't take his medicine anymore, will he just give up trying to contact me because it's too much trouble? Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? I just got off the operating table. What worries me is whether he still wants me or not. The night after the surgery, that art student somehow found out where I was. Added me on WeChat. His profile picture is a selfie. Smiles so sweetly. He asked me what your relationship with Aksu is. I mean, ordinary classmates. Just one class. He asked a few more questions. Probably don't believe it. I said we're not familiar with each other or know each other at all. He just occasionally says a few words. That's all. I didn't mention a single word. The things between him and me. It's not to protect him. I'm afraid of causing him trouble. I'm afraid that if I say anything, he'll argue with him. Then he'll blame me for it. But I don't know who said what to him. Maybe his brother blurted it out accidentally. Maybe he himself saw something. In short, he got into a big argument with me. He didn't ask me anything at all. They didn't even come to me to confirm anything. They just sent a long message right away. Scolded me mercilessly. He said I was disgusting. Saying I'm shameless. Saying I deliberately tried to ruin their relationship. Those characters appeared one by one on the screen. Every one of them pierced me like needles. My stomach, which just had surgery, still hurts a little. My whole body is sore and weak. I'm lying in bed, stared at those lines of text for a very, very long time. I didn't reply to him. It's not that I don't want to go back. I don't know what to reply. What can I say? I didn't say that. Will he believe it? Why don't you ask me first? Will he care? That night, I kept thinking over and over again. Feel like I'm just a joke. I did all this for this person. I don't want the grades anymore. Don't want this body anymore. No more self-respect. I gave everything I could. What he got in return was his continuous questioning. Not a single question was asked. Just started cursing at me mercilessly. But I want to hate him. I can't bring myself to hate. I've tried it. Really tried it. I keep thinking about all the bad things he's done to me. I want to do what he said, tease him a little more. I think he never gave me any official status or recognition at all. Thinking about the things he said to scold me. But in my mind, I keep picturing him smiling at me. He pinched my face and asked if I was wrong. The way he turned his head to look at me in the stairwell. Later, during the college entrance exam, I did very poorly on the exam. With this score, one can't even get into a decent second-tier university. The expressions on my parents' faces, I still remember it to this day. It's not anger. It's an indescribable sense of disappointment. It seems like they've raised their daughter for 8 years, suddenly became a stranger. After graduation, he broke up with that art student too. I don't know who came up with it. I'm not interested in finding out either. He sent me a message. Just the hotel's positioning. There's one more thing to say. I'll check that location to see if you're coming or not. My heart rate suddenly accelerated. I'm sitting on the bed. The light from the phone screen shone on my face. I stared at that address for about 10 seconds. Then start changing clothes. Go out after applying makeup. There wasn't a moment of hesitation throughout the whole process. Even when walking on the road, my lips are turned up in a smile. All I could think about was that at least he still wanted me. As soon as this thought came to mind, I think it's completely ridiculous myself, but I can't control it. I'm so happy. So happy that I don't even care about those abysmal college entrance exam scores anymore. So happy that it felt like the whole world had become bright. That summer vacation, I spent almost every day with him in the hotel. He never takes any measures at all. After each session ends,
He took a box of medicine from his bag and handed it to me.
I never told him that I had just had surgery. I never told him what the doctor said either. I'm afraid if I speak up, he won't look for me anymore. Perhaps he'll think I'm implying that he's responsible. Then he ran away. He doesn't want to take responsibility. I knew from the very beginning. But I don't care. Really don't care. Later, college started again. We went to 2 very far away cities. He deleted all my contact information. WeChat, QQ, and phone numbers are all clean and clear. Not a single one was left behind. One day I opened his social media feed. It turned into a horizontal line. I'll send the message over. It shows that the other person is no longer your friend. I knew it. We've completely ended it. My first year in college, I always have stomach pains. When it hurts really badly, the whole person was curled up in bed, sweating profusely. My roommate was so scared that he wanted to call 120. I said no need. Just take some painkillers and it'll be fine. Later, I went to the hospital for a checkup. The doctor studied the report for a long time. Told me a lot of things. I didn't understand everything, but I understood one sentence. Basically, I won't be able to get pregnant anymore. The doctor is a female physician in her 40s. The way she looked at me was very complicated. He asked me if I had ever had any surgeries before. I didn't answer. She didn't ask anymore. Got some medicine prescribed. He told me a lot of things I needed to pay attention to. I nodded in agreement, but not a single word of it was taken to heart. When I came out of the hospital, it's raining outside. I didn't bring an umbrella. Standing at the hospital entrance, waiting for the rain to stop, watching the people coming and going, I suddenly found it extremely ridiculous. I'm only 19 years old. The doctor said, I probably won't be able to have my own children in this lifetime. But that's not what I care about. What I care about is, he doesn't even know about this. He doesn't know that I carried his child. I don't know if I went in for a surgery. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get pregnant again. He doesn't know anything at all. And will never know either. Because in his life, I'm just someone unimportant. Contacts that can be deleted at any time. Sometimes I can't fall asleep at night. I'll think of him. Remembering that classroom in my first year of high school. He sat in the seat by the window. Let the sunlight shine on his face. He turned his head to look at me. Smiled at me. That scene was so clear, as if it had happened just yesterday. I want to hate him. I really want to. If I could hate him, I probably already left by now. But I can't do it. I even think to myself, if he suddenly appears, send me a message. Let's meet up in person to talk. I'd probably still get dressed and go out without hesitation. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Do you like it? Still an obsession. Because I've never really earned that title. So I've never been willing to give up. I can't tell anymore. I don't want to split up either. I regret it, but what I regret isn't having met him. What I regret is the moment he handed me that note. I didn't simply agree to his request. If I had said yes at that time, if we had been together from the very beginning, will everything else be different from now on? After starting college, I've met many people in my life. There are people taller than him. There are guys more handsome than him. There are those who are gentler than him. There are people more reliable than him. I've tried eating with a guy before. He's great in every way. Speaks in a very gentle manner. She smiles in a pure, innocent way. I sat across from him. What was on my mind, though, was the way Asu smoked. I've talked about him to my roommate. I said it in a casual manner. I just have someone I really like. It's not good for me. Don't like me either. Never made any promises to me. Just a bit more attractive, I guess. But I've liked him for 4 years now. Those unbearable scenes that are simply unacceptable. I didn't mention a single word. My roommate saw the photo of him that I took secretly. Silence for a long time. Ask me what exactly you want from him. I thought about it for a long time. I can't answer that. He's good looking. There are way more people who look better than him. He's got money. I'm not spending his money anyway. I'm the one who pays for him. He's good to me. But he's not nice to me at all. I can't say what I like about him. Maybe there's just no reason for it. Like sometimes people just act without any logic at all. Or rather, it's not because of excessive obsession. It's because he was the first person to make my heart flutter. That feeling of excitement was just too intense. So intense that it completely burned me up. After that, I could no longer feel anyone at all. Sometimes I think about it. If I hadn't met him, where am I now? It should be a really good university, I guess. Probably already got admitted to graduate school through the recommendation system. Probably preparing to go abroad. Maybe they had a normal relationship. Being liked in a normal way by a normal guy. There might also be a healthy body as well. In the future, I'll be able to get married and have children. To be able to live a life like a normal person. But maybe none of this matters anymore. The only thing I'm grateful for is I haven't completely gone mad. I also know what I'm doing. Still aware of what I've lost. I didn't go after him. Didn't go to make a fuss with him. Didn't do anything that would make me feel even worse about myself. I swallowed all my pain alone. Swallowed completely clean. I don't care what others think of me when they see these. It's fine if you think I'm stupid. Whether it's cheap or deserved, it doesn't matter. It's all fine. I just hope, if anyone reads my story, it can serve as a lesson to be learned. In relationships, don't make yourself so humble, so embarrassed. A lover must first love oneself. I couldn't listen to this statement before. Now I think it's correct. But I no longer have the right to say anything. In a few more years, I'll graduate. If one can work, they'll just become an ordinary office worker. I might go on a blind date. Maybe I'll find someone who meets my requirements and get married to them. I probably will never tell him about my past. Probably never will have children. I might suddenly think of him some late at night. Then I tossed and turned, unable to fall asleep. The next day, I got up and went to work as usual. Live like a normal person. I don't know. When can I let him go? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe in 10 years. Maybe I'll never be able to let go in this lifetime. But one thing I'm sure of. If one day he appears before me again, I'll still go with him. I know this is pitiful. I know this is stupid. I know he's ruined most of my life. Whatever, I'll just get by through the rest of these days. I only hope I'll never fully wake up from this state. Don't really see how much harm he's caused me. Because if I truly see things clearly, I might not be able to survive anymore. This is my youth. In a complete mess, in a terrible state. It's embarrassing, but this is all I have.